FastCap's sent me some of their Kaizen foam to test and review for you. Kaizen foam is made up of layers of 1/8" foam bonded together to form various thicknesses for lining drawers or boxes to organize your tools. The cheap plastic case that came with my molding head set was falling apart, and I thought that making a new storage system for it would be an excellent opportunity to try out the Kaizen foam. The first step was to cut the foam to the size of the box I had created for my molding head cutter set. A snap blade razor knife is excellent for this because it has a long enough blade to cut all the way through the foam. I laid out the parts where I wanted them and then traced around them with a marker so I could cut the pockets. A fine tip marker is ideal for this. FastCap provided me with their long nose pattern marker, but any Sharpie type marker would work great. With all the parts marked out where you want them, it's time to start cutting away the foam to form the pockets. Cutting out the foam to form your pockets is easy. Your foam block is made up of 1/8" thick layers. You only want to cut through as many layers as necessary in order to form the pocket to the depth you want. Note that I'm plunging the tips straight downward and then rotating the knife to get a perfectly vertical cut at the end, making sure that I cut through all the layers that I need to for this pocket. With the layers cut, simply use your finger to dig through and peel up each layer in succession to reach the bottom of your pocket. The one thing I don't like about the Kaizen foam is that the layers of foam are very well bonded together, which makes it much more difficult to get a perfectly clean bottom on your pockets. The layers don't separate quite as easily as I would like. That makes getting a flat bottom on your pocket difficult. It also makes it more difficult to separate the foam into two thickness pieces to fill both sides of a box like you see here. On the plus side, I found that scraps of Kaizen foam are excellent for making your own sanding blocks. Simply cut a scrap to a proper sized hand sanding block and use your pen to trace off the molding onto the edge of the block. You can then carve your molding profile into the bottom of the foam block. It takes a little bit of work, but it's not that difficult to do. You can then wrap your sandpaper around the block and start sanding away at your molding. FastCap's website has lots of cool tutorials on how to use Kaizen foam around your shop, including one on using heated copper tubing to make finger pulls. Fitted cases have always been a desirable way to store your tools, and FastCap's Kaizen foam makes this a pretty easy process. I'm confident now that my molding head set will stay protected when I'm not using it, and there are plenty of drawers around my shop that will be getting the same treatment to store my tools.